The role they play, important role they play, but, and they're, well, let me explain both about that.
Sure, I've said my piece.
Yeah, thank you. Mayor and members of the council, city manager. He's correct. What my contract does is facilitate the process between the Parks Foundation, city council, and the league to bring the project together. To bring the project ideas into a list. At the same time, we'll estimate those projects based on market prices that we are encountering in other communities that are doing similar type projects. So you get a good, from what I understand, we're going to have roughly about $2 million to spend on this. So you have to design and build to that budget. The wish list may exceed that, but in the end, what you finally approve will be within the scope of what you have paid for that. So that's what my contract is. So your attorney's assistant, he's correct in that. The AGCM contract is not an engineering contract. What they do the project management, and in this specific case, they will also do the design work that's bundled in. Now, they also have to pay, it's their responsibility to pay for the MEP, for your mechanical, for your electrical, and your plumbing engineer. So in that fee of 10% that's there, they're responsible for those fees. You have to have, the people actually draw up the plumbing, electrical lights, and all. You have to have your lighting consultants. They bear that responsibility to do that. Now, while we don't have a project, we don't have a project, we know we're going to have a project. So in order to facilitate as fast as we can move, and I'll give you an example. The next step here, in addition to talking to the group, we'll also come back, work with the city manager to put out an RFQ, request for qualifications, on a CMA or delivery team to select a contractor. You will hire a contractor not knowing what he's gonna charge, because once again, we're designing to what the money you have allocated to the budget. If you don't do it that way, then the project, then you have to do the long way around is to have a review process for 2 months, then you hire AGCM, and then they have to design, that takes another 3 months, then you hire your, then you would put bids out, get bids from the contractor, and then you're lengthening the time. It was my understanding that the council wanted to accelerate everything, so we designed a process that would accelerate without expending money.
But John, let me ask you this. So the AGCM, they are the design team.
They are the design team.
Okay.
And they also oversee the project on behalf of the city.
But they don't get paid until there's actual funding.
Well, with the exception of what is done over the next 2 months. So we don't really know what we're going to build.
And that'll be to your fee, for your fee.
That'll be what you're obligated to is the $9,500.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the consulting fees of the design team, that would be with any project.
You're going to have to go get it, but we have everybody in queue already. In order to achieve the groundbreaking goal of January, and in order to accelerate the design, because they will draw with the builder together. They're going to create this project together based on the recommendations that you and the Parks Foundation have seen. This accelerates everything at the same time, as opposed to doing it, one behind the other.
Okay, let me see if I can simplify this, if I'm correct. We're hiring you to coordinate the project, and you will be working with a design team to design the park.
Yes.
And this is the team that you prefer to work with
Well, it's not what I've heard. Just, we have a history of working together and working fast.
Okay, but
If you don't have a time constraint,
right.
then
But the only payments that we make are actually just for your fee.
you're to accelerate. Now, I'll work with them. They will be able to review the work as we move along through there. At the same time, what they're also going to do is they're going to prepare the documents to hire a contractor. So their documents have to be prepared. So while I'm doing my work, they can do that work. So all your team is in queue. You want to be ready to go. But when you finally select your projects that are going to fit into your budget,
Right.
You don't want to start looking for a designer then, or a builder, you want to have that designer or builder ready to go. Because,
Exactly.
yeah. Because that triggers action, and you gotta come back here and trigger, and if everything gets backed up.
Okay. Council, any other discussion?
Who the designer or the builder?
We do not have a builder yet. We don't have a builder. This AGCM is not the builder. We have to put out an request for qualifications to find a builder.
Right.
Yeah, they are not the builder, right? You're hiring them to represent you.
The sketches, the diagrams, the whole will be through
That need to
AGCM.
right, and to then to manage a project. Someone's gonna stand out there and watch those people work and communicate with your city manager. They also do that.
So basically, Mr. Longoria, what you're doing is facilitating, being a facilitator with a group to identify the needs and to see what they need and bringing them all together.
And putting a price, the key is putting a price detail down, and I was showing your staff what those estimates look like. I mean, for example, let's use an example, they want a baseball diamond, a four-complex diamond, a four-complex diamond. Okay, what does this field consist of, and what is it gonna look like? Is it gonna have grass, is it gonna be skin field, just dirt, is it gonna have irrigation, what is the dugout's gonna look like, or a breakdown price of each field, and you have a consolidated price. Say that's $1 million, okay, you got $1 million left, what else are you gonna put on there? Well, we want a football field out there. Do you want lights, you don't want lights? Do you want it irrigated, you don't want it irrigated? And you break down the prices out there. So we'll know what's gonna fit in that budget. So when you start working with your builder, the builder's gotta give you a price that fits that budget. He can't say, well, I'm gonna charge you $3 million. Well, you can't bill it, because we don't have $3 million. We got $2 million. We gotta build, and schools are commonly done this way, what they call CMAR. They get a builder, they get the designer, and they work together to build to the budget that they have. And if you get a couple things, if you get a really good prices, and you do get a really good interest rate on your loan, well, then you have extra money there. And those things free up extra money there, but you don't know until you work through the process. So working by myself, I could get there, but it creates a delay.
So are we calling the collection of that data a project? Is it a word issue?
It's not a project. We don't have a project until the public has spoken on what they want, and then we reconcile that with what we can afford. There will be, it's my estimate, that you're gonna have a lot more on that list than you can afford. You may have demands as much as $5 million in park improvements you want. We know we have $2 million to work with. So we're gonna have to work that budget to fit that price. We're not gonna be able to build everything. And so that we will not have a project list, a final list, until we know what fits in there. We bring it back to you, Parks Foundation, and says, okay, this is what we feel we can do for the $2 million. Then guess what? Then you start going on. But that sounds like a long time, but that's gonna move fairly quick.
And that's the key. I don't think that we want to over budget. We don't want to go over what we
You can't.
got.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So it's very important. Not only that, I think there's other people that are going to be involved in this process, according to what we agreed on. The leagues will be the associations. You're going to have input from people on, that actually are going to be working or on these fields. Now, having said that, is it my understanding then that you are just going to design this, and then from there, that other company helps you out to figure out what exactly you can or you can't afford, right?
I will get you the budget, we'll work that out together. But here's what happens when you finish with my process. When you get near the end of my process, and you have all those projects here, you have an idea what you want. The football league, the baseball league, has an idea. The first thing you're gonna wanna do, and the first thing they're gonna wanna do, is they're gonna wanna see it on paper.
Right, that's it.
And that's what I don't do, that's what they do. That's,
Okay.
therein lies, someone's gotta put it on paper, says, what's it gonna look at, how's it gonna be laid out? Is it gonna be north, south, east, west, where's the parking? Well, so you have estimates, but unless you can really see what you're looking at.
So, Mr. Longoria, other than the fee stated in the contract, the $9,500, it also states that their expenses are not included in this agreement. Or what expenses are?
Well, if I drove here,
Pardon?
if I drove here, I'm driving here on my own.
Mileage
Sherry, we've set up a process. In fact, I'll be back next Wednesday morning, and I'll be back, next Thursday, the following day, Thursday evening, to kind of spend the better part of a day here, making sure I get a photograph, and then we have, I mean, it's a 2-month period, so as I start gathering input, that goes into the, the project list, and then we start putting dollars on it, but at 50%, what they refer to as 50% design is pretty much rendering, okay, the rendering of what it's gonna look like, and there will be more than one schematic of what people wanna see. I wanna see 4 baseball fields and 2 clubs. Okay, somebody's got to draw that. I want to see 8 baseball fields, 1 lighted, 1 non-lighted, and 1 soccer field. You're going to have all these different scenarios. And that's kind of the service that, so the cost to do that is minimal, but at least if you have ABC in it, if you have somebody there that's sketching and make it look nice so the public knows what it's going to look like. And then in the end, you pick and choose what you can afford to move forward on. So it's, for me, it's more helpful if I have, that's why, when I was asked, that's why I did it like that. It's either an up or down on that item. It's not a split off, but they're kind of like my right arm. Somebody's got to draw those because you're going to want to see it. Everybody's going to want to see it on paper.
Okay. Council, is there any further discussion? If not, let's have a motion.
Can we have our city attorney's opinion after the discussion? Can we have your opinion regarding the discussion?
That's what I raised my hand about.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't.
The problem that I've got in the comments I made to your general manager is this. You're right on the edge of the Professional Services Procurement Act because it's using the terms design, it's using the terms that are encompassed within engineering, and while I respect the gentleman making the presentation tonight, it's got a signature block for P. Gail Anderson, P.E., Chief Executive Officer, which is a professional engineer. And professional engineering is covered under the Professional Services Procurement Act. And this means that we've got to take the qualification process into account if this is really engineering. I understand Mr. Longoria is kind of backing away from the idea that this is really design and describing these as rendering, describing these as drawing, describing these as project documents that assist him in his activities. The problem that I have is it's just right up on the edge of being engineering. It's right on the edge of designing projects to take to construction. And if he can clarify this for me, I'll try to be supportive of this. But it looks to me like this is the second phase of engineering, and I'm having a hard time making the distinction that he's drawing, which is that this is his right arm. I'm all for him having both the right and the left arm, but it sounds like, it quacks like, and it has an awful duck-like walk of being an engineering services agreement. And that's where I'm having the problem, okay? And I'm trying to be very candid, but diplomatic in my comments. And when I left the meeting, although I did leave somewhat in a hurry the last time, your presentation was finished, and I recommended to the manager that we be totally in accord with what you asked for the $9,500 for. What I don't understand is what the price is for the add-on, and then I've got the problem with the Professional Services Procurement Act being sort of an issue here, and how we pay for this under the Professional Services Procurement Act, assuming we make this election. I'm not opposed to this, that's not my issue. My issue is just the form of how we're going about doing it. If it's one contract, which he needs these folks for, then I think we ought to roll it into one contract where Mr. Longoria has these services included under his moniker, and not a separate contract signed by an engineer. When I see an engineer's signature here, the flag goes up for me, just like it did when you were hiring an accountant. You got to give all the accountants the opportunity to come in and do their accounting things. They're covered under the Professional Services Procurement Act. So my suggestion to the council is to inquire from Mr. Longoria, or I'll inquire from Mr. Longoria package this in such a way that I don't see the Professional Services Procurement Act implicated.
Okay, Gail Henderson is a registered engineer, right, but she's not going to be the engineer. We will have to hire an engineer firm, the MEP, a mechanical, will be a subcontractor to AGCM. We'll come back, the city manager says, do you have local MEPs here with you? Do you have, mechanical, do you have, plumbing, electrical engineers? Usually the electrical falls under the lights. Everybody uses Musco, or we'll have to work with the city, and that's a pass-through that we pay them to do that. So you're not, it'd be a subcontractor, basically your recommendation. We'd like to use local people if they have offices here to do that work. So, but, Gil is the engineer, and we as the president knows what
And I'm not trying to be critical of him as an engineer, but what I'm trying to figure out is I thought the council encouraged you to bring back a proposal for you, Mr. Longoria, to do the assessment and meet with the community group and meet with the sports group and do that conceptualization, and then there'd be a follow-on step. And they look like they're coming with a package, and I guess the other question is how to pay for the package, because the agenda item contemplates a $9,500 carryover from the last meeting.
Well, that's what we talked about, but what the agenda is city manager authorization. So what we did by that authorization was then to allow us to sit with the city manager to talk about my fee and the 10% fee for the project. And by bundling that, we're saving probably 4 to 6% of the total what it would cost if you separated everything. So we're trying to
10% of what fee?
of whatever the end of whatever the final project. Let's just say we're looking at $2 million. So 10% of that $2 million would be $200,000. So for that, you get someone who's here watching your project, and then they're also paying your MEPs to do their work and to run the whole bid process.
I wish you hadn't answered me that way, because I've got a greater objection to that now than I did before.
And I don't know, I mean, it's the way it's done everywhere. I don't know why we're getting it here.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just, that's the way we've done it. And you get, there's a couple of things, you save in time and you save in money.
So this becomes a design build process.
No, it's not a design build process. We are not building the project. We are not building, we're gonna go on it's a separate RFQ to find a builder. There may be a builder in this community that can build that project. We're gonna find out. And that, you have to put a request for qualification out, and they will send their qualifications back to the city manager, and we'll sit down and, okay, what do you got here? Now, wherever you got there, they will submit their qualifications, and if they can bond a $2 million work, and they have experience building fields, well, we'll end up with somebody who can do that. So we're not being charged with building it. We're being charged with designing that project so a builder can come in and look at those plans and know what it's going to cost to build it. We don't know who that builder's going to be. You're going to work with me, help me find somebody in this area that can do that, and we, deliver our project.
Lou, your recommendation would be to approve the contract with John Longoria, period.
Yes, sir. And if he needs to come back and clarify his assistance that he needs, I'm all for doing that. But as I see it tonight, that's my recommendation.
Let me offer another suggestion.
Sure.
And I can certainly